Virinchi Limited, which is a 30-year-old technology and healthcare organization now. We have 3 hospitals running in Hyderabad as we speak. The flagship hospital in Banjara Hills has been now in its 3rd year of operations, while there are 2 more in Barkatpura and Hayat Nagar. In addition, being a technology company, we have had multiple investments not only in the healthcare part of it, but also around building business and mobility solutions all over India. So Virinchi as a group in healthcare space is working in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, etc., where we have been able to build technology platform for this solution, which we call as a brick and a click model of healthcare. This solution, in this relationship that we are building, is furthering our program in the range what we call as the right to science, which is essentially a mission statement for Virinchi Limited. The intent here is that if there is a poor patient who may not have an access to a medical science or innovation which is available anywhere on the planet, whether US, Europe, Israel, China, Virinchi Hospital will continue to be a strong conduit to build those relationships, act as a funnel, and bring the best of those technologies to our Indian patients. Here, in today's partnership, we are proud to be a global partner with RRI, the Renal Research Institute, which is a part of the Fresenius Group, which is itself a $30 billion annual turnover group. And it's a global partnership that we are bringing in the technology, which will be explained a bit by our clinical professionals. What is also important is that whichever innovations that happen, especially in kidney care, have at some point of time started with Fresenius and the RRI, as we see. Our Dr. Nayak has been a visiting faculty at the RRI Institute and has been working closely with them in all such innovations. So what we'll be seeing shortly are the specific technology innovation which is helping not only our existing patients but the entire 60 million diabetic patients, or if you're talking about as of now around 200,000 end-stage kidney patients that would be potentially be benefited by this innovation that we bring in. I would request Professor Nayak to explain about the partnership.
Me and Peter go a long way. We think similarly. We think for the good of the public. We think about what we can leave after we leave this world. And one of the things that we came up with was a collaboration between 2 like-minded institutions. Virinchi Hospital is probably going to be one of the leading institutions for healthcare and research, not only in India, but outside India. We have all the facilities, we have the clinical material, we have the animal research labs, in short, and we have the personnel, and we have an extremely dedicated Department of Nephrology headed by Dr. K.S. Nayak. So, and that's the reason me and Peter have become friends for a long time, and we have reached a situation now that we need to develop something which will alleviate the sufferings of the patient with renal failure. Renal failure can be of 2 types. It can be of something called acute kidney injury, by which we mean, in fact, acute for the layperson means severe. It is not correct. Acute means of short duration. So in kidney diseases, acute kidney injury is better than chronic kidney injury. Chronic kidney injury or end-stage renal disease means that the kidney is permanently damaged. There's nothing you can do except do transplantation or be lifelong on dialysis. With acute kidney injury, where though the project that we are now, which is going to be one of the first projects we are going to collaborate, the Renal Research Institute, New York, of which Professor Peter Kotanko, one of the leading experts worldwide, and he's going to talk about it. He's going to also explain in as simple words as possible so that everyone understands here through the PowerPoint presentation. But this path-breaking treatment will be a treatment which can be done anywhere. I can say under a tree. or on a railway platform or anywhere, because hemodialysis needs a water source, a good water source around the clock whenever you are doing. And it's a machine as big as a refrigerator. But this is a small machine, very inexpensive, and connected between, he'll explain the scientific details of that. Especially, I would say, sub-Saharan Africa, China, even far-flung regions in US and Canada and Australia, where people need to airlift. In Canada and New Zealand, people die of renal failure because there is a limitation. They airlift the patient to a hospital, but that will not be needed if this path-breaking technology was available. So we are on the verge of devising what is called allo-hemodialysis, which probably will ensure that no single person in the world will die of kidney failure. And that is where I meant acute kidney injury, or in simpler terms, acute kidney failure is good. Not good in the sense that you should get it, but given a choice between acute kidney failure, acute kidney injury and chronic kidney injury, it's better to have acute kidney injury. And this treatment, though it can be used for both, or use it for end-stage renal disease for some time and then have a transplantation, or you have the time to ship the patient to a city for the treatment. Acute kidney injury, the deaths that happen, especially in northern coast of India, Sundarbans, Orissa, where there is no access for any treatment, you can use this treatment and it can save the life. The ideal scenario I can talk of is a mother can treat with this machine her child. A husband can treat his wife. And the breadwinner of the family, who's usually in these impoverished areas, goes into the farm, is very much exposed to nephrotoxic, which means toxic to the kidney, things like snake venom. And the remarkable ability of acute kidney injury is, if you support that kidney for about 2 to 3 weeks, they completely recover and become normal. So that is why I say with confidence that allo-hemodialysis, the first of our collaborations, can save every single life at risk of dying if we use this inexpensive modality. I don't think I have much more to say, except that I have been associated for quite some time with Peter Kotanko, and I'm a visiting scientist there, and we collaborate a lot, and we have reached a stage now that we announce to the press that we have formalized our association between Virinchi Limited, Virinchi Hospital and Virinchi Limited, and Renal Research Institute, which, as mentioned, is a Fortune 500 company with remarkable resources, and their research wing is called the Renal Research Institute, and it's mainly based in New York, though not only in New York. I invite Peter for me, Peter Kotanko for you, Professor Peter Kotanko to all of you, to this dais, so that he can explain to you in as simple words as possible his presentation on allo-hemodialysis. Thank you.